This is Dave Sundstrom. Welcome to another video celebrating entertainment from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. As Halloween draws near each year, the Paul Lynde Halloween special from the 70s that, thanks to YouTube, anyone can watch, has become something of a tradition for me. Coming from the creative mind of the same feller who gave us the notorious Star Wars holiday special, Bruce Villain, I would argue that the Paul Lynde Halloween special is a superior hour of variety show-styled entertainment, if for no other reason than the guest stars who showed up to hang with Paul. You had Margaret Hamilton and Billy Hayes, Donnie and Marie, Florence Henderson, Betty White, Roz Kelly, as well as Kiss making a rare television appearance. This show was a lot of fun. Growing up, I remember Paul best as Uncle Arthur on Bewitched, and as a frequent guest star on Donnie and Marie's variety show. And of course, his now legendary residency in the center square of that classic game show Hollywood Squares. Truth be told, I don't believe there was ever a sharper wit on that show than Paul's. Sadly, all of that success never really translated into a hit TV show of his very own. 1972's The Paul Lynde Show came and went without much fanfare. Paul felt like that show's style of comedy didn't really match his brand of humor, and you know what, he was probably right. The following year, Paul got another shot on the retooled Temperatures Rising that moved from CBS to ABC. Unfortunately, that show, which had a really talented cast including Cleavon Little, just didn't seem to click with the US television audience. This lack of success in headlining a television series was a regret for Paul, but I don't believe it was his biggest regret. Nor was the fact that Paul never really made it big in movies. Without a doubt, he felt bad about that as well, but there was something else. Something that you can almost see in his eyes. There is, without a doubt, a tinge of sadness there. So what was Paul's biggest regret? To discover that, we need to take a look back at Paul's 1977 holiday special titled "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." The guest list for this one wasn't quite as zany as the prior year's Halloween special. It really wasn't a variety special at all. Instead, it was more like a play. Still, I remember enjoying this one as a kid. Anyway, it was while Paul was doing interviews promoting that Christmas special that I believe he shared his biggest regret. Something that has almost nothing to do with his TV and movie career. Take a look at that final paragraph of the article. That's where journalist George Mexian says that Paul had never married and was not entirely happy with his chosen lifestyle. I guess in 1977, that's as close as anyone was willing to publicly say about Paul being a closeted gay man. But it is the quote directly from Paul next that is really heartbreaking. He says, "I will always regret that I didn't have children of my own." I've got to say, that's a really strange way for this article to end. I guess it's possible that there was more to the article, but that the editor at the Cincinnati Enquirer trimmed it due to space constraints. Regardless, I do believe lack of family was a big, perhaps the biggest regret of Paul's life. 4 years later, when Paul died from a massive heart attack, he did so alone without anyone to help him. It was only when he didn't show up for a birthday party and wouldn't answer phone calls that friends rushed to his place to find out what was going on. When he didn't answer the door, one of them forced a window open and, to his horror, discovered Paul's lifeless body motionless in his bed. Would things have been different for Paul if there had been someone there with him when the heart attack occurred? Who knows? Still, it was a sad ending for this talented and very funny man. Now, let's end this video on a lighter note. Did you know that prior to appearing as Uncle Arthur on Bewitched, Paul made another guest appearance on that show as a driving instructor during season 1? And Elizabeth Montgomery, Samantha herself, loved working with Paul so much that the character of Uncle Arthur was created with him in mind. And over the course of that show's run, he made 10 appearances as that character. I know, it does feel like there were more than that, doesn't it? Alright, now it's your turn. Please share your memories and thoughts in the comments section. And while you're at it, I'd love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I would be honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.